Well, I've washed the bottle. Um, the label, I don't know what that is. I think it's something many years ago. Um, and I've had a glass already. This is going to be the second top up. Now, as you can see, it's probably not very clear because of the background, but it's a dark sort of gingery wine colour, and it tastes like, no, it's after all these years, it's very matured, and it's not a sweet wine, but it's not acid at all. But its taste is a bit like, if you can imagine eating a banana skin, and the flavour you would anticipate half an hour after eating the banana skin, with a mixture of a sort of a nutty raisin flavour. That is how I would describe it. But it's very clear, and it hasn't got any nasty smells or anything about it. So keeping it in a in the greenhouse for about 20 years. It might be 15 years rather than 20 years, my son says, but even so, 15 years since its brew, and being kept just vertically in the greenhouse, subject to all the temperatures changes. Now, when I originally opened the bottle, the sample thing about a year after making it, it was quite vile, and I opened some more probably 4 years ago, and it wasn't. It was just about drinkable, but this time, after all these years, it has improved. And so I would say to you that if you've made a wine and have done a good job of it, insofar as you've been scrupulously clean in the manufacture, but your choice of ingredients wasn't perfect, and so it doesn't taste too good when you open it, that just keeping it for years and years and years is a good idea, rather than throwing it out, because as I was saying, 15-20 years after making this wine, which was pretty vile to start with, it is now palatable, and it is quite strong. I've had I think one full glass that size, which is well, it's not a huge glass, but it's I can feel the effects in my head, so I know that it has probably a quite strong alcoholic content. I'd probably say it's probably around about 13 to 14% by the effect I'm recognising from it. So you won't want to drink too much of this too quickly. But anyway, so that's my message to you. If you've made some vile wine, and as long as you've made it and hasn't got any bugs in it, keep it. And don't worry too much where you keep it. People say in a dark cellar, well, in a constant temperature. Well, this has been kept in okay, it's in a dark bottle, but it's been kept in daylight, in a greenhouse, and subject to all the climatic changes, and kept vertically as well. So the cork has maintained its integrity, and so there you have it. So don't give up on your foul wine. Just keep it for a couple of decades, and then you've got something you can be proud of, because it is, this particular one I've made is a unique flavour. I think I probably made it with, because I went through a stage where I was making all sorts of strange wines, about 15-20 years ago, and a lot of them were made with banana skins and tea and raisins and all sorts of things like that. So, be encouraged, don't give up just because you've made a bad wine. Keep it for many years and you'll have something to fall back on at the very end. Enjoy.